So first up, I'm taking my Smashbox Photo Ready Primer Water, I'm pretty sure it's called, and using that as a primer on her face. And then going in with my MAC Studio Fix Foundation in NC40 and buffing that all in with a damp beauty blender. Also, when using a beauty blender, make sure to use dabbing motions instead of like swiping motions on the face, because it'll just make the face look more flawless if it's dabbed in and pressed into the skin. And then using my favorite concealer, which is the Maybelline Fit Me in Light, and I'm just using a Jessup concealer brush just to apply it under her eyes, and then I'll go ahead and blend that in and then apply it on her forehead, down the bridge of her nose, Cupid's bow, and on her chin, and then blending it out. And then I'm just using a smaller kabuki style brush and just blending in the hard to reach places such as around the nose and the tear duct area, because obviously you can't reach them with a beauty blender. And then I'm going in with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and priming her eyelids. I never use this stuff because I always just use concealer as a primer on the eyelids, but I remember to use it this time, so I used it. So now I'm baking the under eye concealer area with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Basically, I love baking because it makes the concealer creaseless all day long and it just looks absolutely flawless. So that's why I love baking. And then while that's baking, I'm just using my Australis Fresh and Flawless face powder in darkest brown and setting the rest of her face. So for eyebrows, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Brow Palette, and I'm using the color Chocolate to fill in her brows. I use both shades, so I use the darker shade for the ends and tails of her brows and the lighter shade in the little duo for the start of her brow. And then just using the light concealer again, I'm just carving her brows with a concealer brush. And now I'm just brushing off that excess powder from the under eye bake. And then I'm going into bronzing her cheekbones. I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer, of course, as per usual. I'm just using a Sigma angled contour brush and just warming up her cheeks first. And then I'll go ahead and make her cheekbones a little bit more chiseled using the Zoeva Luxe face paint brush. And then using the same Laura Mercier translucent powder, I'm using a angled sponge, which you can just get from any drugstore, Priceline, Cosmetics Plus if you live in Australia, and they're literally worth nothing. I'm baking her face, so I'm just creating a line from underneath her contour, so from the top of her ear to the side of her mouth. I'm going in with the Sigma Heavenly Powder Blush and placing that on her cheeks with my Zoeva blush brush. And then I'm just brushing off that excess bake. And then I am highlighting with the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood highlighter and just placing that on the highest points of her cheekbones, under her brow bone, on her Cupid's bow, tip of her nose, and the bridge of her nose. So for the eyes, I'm taking my Makeup Geek Creme Brulee single eyeshadow and using that as a transition color and sweeping that over the majority of her lid and in her crease. Then I'm taking Makeup Geek's Whimsical Foiled Eyeshadow, and at first I thought what I wanted to do was just put it on the lid and then make it smoky browny along the crease area. But then I changed my mind and decided that I wanted that eyeshadow just in the inner corner area and then the browns on the outer corner area. So now taking Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek also and just running that through the crease and upper crease, and then I'm also putting it on the outer corner as well, and then I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Fudge single eyeshadow and darken up the outer corner and just a little bit of the crease as well. And then to highlight the brow bone, I'm taking Makeup Geek Shimmer Shimmer and placing that underneath the brow bone. So for winged liner, I like to use the Maybelline Eye Studio in black. So I line the whole lid first, and then I get the client to open their eyes, map out the wing, then I get them to close, and then I connect everything together. It is seriously the best way to do winged liner ever. I only discovered it about 6 months ago, and it literally makes it so much easier. But yeah, practice does make perfect. Winged liner on other people is so hard, so if you're struggling, just keep on practicing and I'm sure you'll get there. And then I'm just taking my disposable mascara wand. I actually use Benefit Roller Lash, and I'm just coating her top and bottom lashes in preparation for false lashes. Just a trick, if you get eyeliner on the lid, make sure you wait for it to dry and then just scrape it off with a Q-tip. It comes off so easy. Just thought I'd let you guys know. So now I'm lining her waterline also with the Maybelline Eye Studio in black, and I'm just using that same winged liner brush. I love using gel liner in the waterline because I think it lasts all day and night, and yeah, it's just like the most pigmented way of putting black in your waterline in my opinion. And then I am taking Mocha by Makeup Geek and smoking out her lower lash line just so it doesn't look like just a black line. And then I'm putting some mascara on her bottom lashes. So for lashes, I'm using the Red Cherry lashes in the style 747M, and I've used the House of Lashes lash glue, which is my fave lash glue ever. For lips, I'm going in with MAC Boldly Bare Lip Liner, and over the top I'm using MAC's Faux Lipstick. And then just went over the top with a clear gloss. You can use any, I actually can't remember which one I used, sorry. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did try and play around with a red lip, so I used Ruby Woo Lip Liner by MAC with Russian Red lipstick over the top. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!